So far in my vlogs, I haven't really spoken too much about the tennis stuff because, everyone knows that we play and it's kind of more interesting off court. But, yeah, I guess there's a side where I haven't really showed, and it's like I just played one of the worst matches I've played in over a year, I reckon, like easily. And for something that you travel for and you train every single day for, and you play horrible, like cannot put a ball in the court, is when you just question like, what are you doing, you know? And obviously, yeah, like I've just been laying on the ground contemplating what are you doing, especially when, yeah, you work so hard every day and you go to a tournament, you know, and I'm not going to be like, poor me, because this is life. But yeah, I guess it's just the side where, you know, you do travel 9 months of the year, and I don't know how many tournaments you play each week, and you're away from home and you do something every single day and you do lose most of the time, and it's, yeah, you just feel like I'm not good enough, and you constantly have to have, you know, keep motivating yourself to keep going for the next week, and, you know, it's part of it. Like every job you do, there's the lows, but yeah, this is definitely a big low for me right now. And obviously you want to stay positive. Right now it's pretty hard to be positive about anything, and for me it's, you know, I'm a pretty positive person, but, you know, the pressure, the expectations that people have of you, you know, it all builds up, and I feel like I'm pretty good at handling it, but there's days where I do really struggle, and I feel like this loss really has put me back a bit, and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough to look forward right now. I mean, afterwards, but get over it because you kind of have to. But yeah, I guess I just want to open up a little bit about, you know, the losing, because yeah, you do everything every single day. You train, and it's like you do this sport, or you do something since you were 5 years old, and you still can manage to play like crap, and that is pretty impressive. And that's tennis, you know, like it doesn't matter how much you practice, you'll still miss or something, like, I don't know, a few hundred times, you know, you'll never be perfect. I mean, last year I hurt my back like second week of Europe, which was in April, and it was something I was trying to manage, and I couldn't, you know, I couldn't bend without it feeling like it was killing, and sitting on a chair, anything. And so I basically would barely practice, because we thought, you know, it would maybe go away, and just played the matches, played maybe a tiebreak before each match just to play some kind of points, because I couldn't last the whole session, and went on a losing streak for, I don't even know, like 7 first rounds. And it was like, it was a really big learning experience, honestly. Like, you know, the growth comes when you're losing, and, you know, everything's great and you're happy when you're winning. But I think getting an epidural that finally helped me, and it stopped feeling as painful, and that was just before US, and that's when I qualied, and it started, you know, started playing better. But yeah, I think when I was losing each week, you know, with tennis players, I feel like we base how we feel in everyday life on our results. And, you know, people on the internet look at you based on your ranking, and it's like, you know, us tennis players, we're more than just a number next to our name, you know, like anyone in a workspace, like you leave your job and you're someone else off court. And I feel like in this, you know, as any athlete, I feel like we just get tied to your ranking, and it's like, oh, but you're this and you're that, and it's like, I'm also a person on the other side. And I think when I was going through that losing streak, people would message me and be like, hey, you going okay? And I think that was the biggest thing I learnt during that time, which I hadn't before, was, I was actually separating the tennis to who I was off court, and I wasn't basing on how happy I was based on my results for the week or how I was going the last couple of weeks. And that was huge because, we literally tie everything. I mean, it's hard. It's what we do full time. So when you aren't doing well in that, I feel like it's so hard to actually be happy, because in the back of your mind, you've been playing terrible, your results, and people talk. But I mean, honestly, who cares? At the end of the day, people talk. Even if you're winning, if you're losing, there's something negative always, and I feel like you can never make everyone happy. And I think what matters is the people around you. And I think that's the one thing I took out in losing streak, was that I was happy even though I was losing, and that took a lot. And I just feel like I am someone not based on my results, and I could kind of separate that, which I think is really hard to do. And it gives, at the end of the day, tennis is a game, it's a sport. Like, there's people that are dying, there's people getting dealt worse hands in life constantly, and I'm sitting here just upset about losing a match, and I get another match next week, and I feel like we get caught up in results and this number that we're constantly chasing, when there is so much more to life. And I want to do better. I want to do better every single day, but that's one thing I really learned. And of course, how can I forget the hate messages after you lose? Even when you win, it's like you get flooded with comments on your photos and messages saying how much they hate you and how pathetic you are, and that you should quit tennis and all this. And I'm like, I read them. Some of them I try to block out, but when you are feeling low, you're like, maybe I should. You're kind of right. Even though they're just internet warriors, they're real confident online, and I'm sure they couldn't just say it to your face, It's like, imagine, people that aren't athletes, they go to an office job, and you have your bad days as days where, you do make mistakes. And imagine there's someone watching every single day and commenting and telling you how bad of a job you're doing. Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand people that, I get you lose money, but why are you putting money on, on tennis? Even in sports, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on in that athlete's life. Just don't do it. And if you do, pretend you're going to lose it. Don't go message people and hate on them, because your life isn't, we can't bet on your job, and we're not going to. And even if we were able to, I don't know, I just can't imagine sending a message to someone being like, you suck at your job, do better, and fully hating on you, and people saying I hope your family gets cancer and all this stuff. It just does not make sense to me. And so I think whoever's watching and has done that, remember that there is a person on the other side. They have a family. They are just like you, and they are trying to do the best they possibly can every day. And I'm sorry if you have lost money because of our efforts. We are trying, we are seriously trying. But just think twice before you want to go say something, because it's not fair. I think that side of it really sucks. And everyone goes through it, and I'm not complaining about it, because obviously I am very fortunate to be playing sport and traveling the world. I just think, yeah, in my other videos, I try to keep it light and fun and happy, show you what I do off court. But yeah, there's also the other, training, the losses, like after Aussie losing that tough, came off court and I was like bawling my eyes out because I feel like, you give it everything and you still can lose, and like that's just sport and that's part of it. But yeah, there's a lot of sides that I haven't been showing, but I think here and there I think it's good to just keep it real.